In this video, you're going to be learning about the 4 Stoic virtues and how you can apply them as a poker player. For those of you new to my channel, my name is Adam Carmichael. I'm a mindset performance coach who helps poker players to reach that next level of performance. Now today, we're going to be learning from the ancient wisdom of the Stoics. Now for those who aren't familiar with Stoicism, it comes from Greek, Roman philosophers thousands of years ago. And these guys came up with loads of principles for how to live a good life, but also how to control your emotions. It was very famous back in their times. It went unpopular for a long time, then it's recently became popular again. Authors like Ryan Holiday have done books like The Obstacle is the Way, the Daily Stoic, which I have here, which has a daily meditation slash like a Stoic philosophy you can go through each day, and it's very practical. What I really like about Stoicism, super practical, super action-based, and you can grab the concepts really quickly. Now today, I'm going to go over the 4 virtues. So these are basically the characteristics that you act from in everyday interactions at the poker tables that allow you to make the right decisions. So the Stoics are very big on acting out a virtue, and they distilled it to 4 key virtues that every situation requires. And some situations require multiple virtues, but they should always be front of mind in every situation that you're acting in. So the first virtue that they have is courage. So courage is the ability to take action in the face of fear. So it's to feel the fear and do it anyway. As a poker player, there's so many scenarios where courage is needed. Well, if you're moving up new stakes, you haven't played those stakes before, maybe you've got a good win record at the current level, but you're not sure whether to go to the next level. It takes courage to do that. Maybe you're on a downswing and you're thinking about skipping a few sessions. It takes courage to show up and put your volume in. Maybe you haven't got the courage to play at a certain game, like switch formats because your game's not working. You need courage to go into a new format and actually start learning that again. So courage is very applicable to poker, even being a poker player in general. The decision to be a full-time poker player takes a great amount of courage, a lot of uncertainty, month to month. Where's the paycheck coming from? There's a lot of courage needed just to be a professional poker player. Now I want to show a little graph a little chart that I got from Aristotle, who was again an old Greek philosopher before the Stoics, and he described it like this. So he said, on one end of the scale, imagine a scale from one end to the other. On one side we have coward, cowardice, we call it coward, and on the other side we have reckless. Okay, so coward on one side, reckless on the other. Being a coward is no good. It means you don't take action. You take the easy option and you go into your shell, not brave enough to step out of your comfort zone. But reckless on the other side causes more harm than good. So reckless will be moving up buy-ins when you're not ready. It'll be playing high stakes on a low bankroll. It'll be being reckless with your bankroll management and the game selection that you have. So as a poker player, you don't want to be a coward because that means you're going to play too safe. You don't want to be reckless because you're risking too much. So he said, courage lies in the middle. Courage lies in the middle of being a coward and reckless. It's the perfect balance point. It's probably slightly more towards reckless than it is towards cowards, but I think Aristotle classes it in the middle. So think about being courageous as not being a coward, not being reckless, getting that blend, that kind of good balance point where you're taking action when you should be, you know what action to take, and you don't take the easy option out. So that's the first one, courage. The second one is moderation. Moderation. To be able to do enough, but not too much. To be able to grind hard, but not grind too much. To study hard, but not study too much. To watch some trainer videos, but not stay up all through the night binge watching. So in all areas of life, especially in poker, there's so many areas where you need that moderation. You need to know what's the right actions to take, but you don't want to go too far. You don't want to burn yourself out, and you don't want to do too little. So moderation is that kind of sweet spot, again, that kind of balance line in between being lazy and overworking. That moderation is so key because everything in excess becomes a negative. The way I look at it is even something very positive, like saying going to the gym. If I go to the gym 5-6 times a week, awesome. If I start going 12, 13, 14 times a week, it becomes excess. Like anything in excess is too much. Let's say drinking water. If you drink 3 liters a day, awesome. You start drinking a liter every hour, you overuse it. So even things that are good for you, good for your body, good for your mind, become kind of negatives in excess. And often in poker, we're driven by excess doing stuff, excess studying, excess grinding, and it can take us to go too far out of sync. So you've got to know what moderation is. You've got to act in alignment with moderation. Third one is justice. That's probably the hardest one to put into poker context, but from justice, they just mean basically acting from the greater good, not being selfish, not doing things that hurt other people to get you ahead. So in poker, this is all about your intentions. So if your intention to play poker is to beat everyone else so they lose, so you can win as a result of their loss, that would be acting the opposite of justice. So you should basically set your goals based on you progressing, you getting ahead without other people getting damaged in the meantime. So it's basically a mindset where you're checking yourself, make sure your ego's not getting too ahead of yourself, you're not doing things just for yourself, and your goals and what you want is in alignment with the greater good, or at least the good of yourself, your family, your circle, and not the kind of downside of other people. I know a lot of poker players who get motivated by revenge. When they lose, I'm going to get that guy back, I want to beat everyone, and that would be, take them too far, it becomes a bad mindset. So you want to have your goals in alignment with you progressing, you getting ahead, and that doesn't have to come at the cost of everyone else. Poker's a little bit tricky because obviously it's a zero-sum game. When you win, someone loses, but it's more the intention of you wanting to win, not like you wanting them to lose. Finally, we have wisdom. Wisdom. That is knowing the right things to do. It's searching for the truth. The Stoics are very big in trying to find out what is actually true. They listen to the laws of nature to see what's actually like the universal governing rules of the planet. But in simple terms, it's basically knowing the things you control and the things you don't control. So as a poker player, it's no good worrying about your results session to session. There's no good worrying about what your opponent bluffs at you or puts you in a tough spot. There's no point in worrying about the things that you don't control, which is often results, short-term expectations, and a lot of energy is put on those things. But the wise person always focuses attention on the things they do control. So that's your effort, that's your thought processes, that's your focus, your decision making. Everything that you're doing, you control. So you control the doing, you don't control the outcomes of what you're doing. So the wise person knows this, that the more you can understand this, that basically increases your wisdom. So courage, moderation, justice, and wisdom. In every situation, from the Stoic philosophy, is that every situation requires at least one of those. So I want you to go through your days and I want to ask yourself, are you acting from any of these? Are you acting from at least one of those in every situation? And you challenge yourself to do that. So for me, I'm always trying to be more courageous. I think this is a real big one, where if you're acting out of courage, you know what you should be doing and you're able to take action on it. I think that's huge. Moderation, that's just basically not going into excess for me. I'm generally not somebody who goes on the downside of moderation, basically being too lazy. I'm generally one who does too many things. So I'm aware of not being too far out of line. Justice, for me, that's just getting out of my own head, thinking about other people, serving, giving, linking my goals to bigger reasons than myself, to keep myself in alignment with serving others. And wisdom, that's just me trying to understand what's true in the situation, what do I control, focus on my attention on what I control, things I don't control, remove them. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been wanting to do a Stoic style video for a long time. I find their way of dealing with mindset very practical, very usable. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments, because I've got tons and tons of Stoic principles to share with you guys, which I think will be really actionable for you to use in your poker careers. So let me know in the comments below if this is interesting. Now, if you wanted to work with me one-on-one to improve your mindset, performance, and lifestyle, I do have some spots available for my peak performance coaching. So if you click on the link in the description, you can be put through to an application form to apply for a call with me, see if we're a good fit to work together, and we'll take it from there. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that like button before you go. There's plenty more coming from me very soon.